What's up, guys? It's Fears. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing great. I hope you guys are doing bloody fantastic. I'm sorry about that. I lost internet for some reason. So yeah, I don't know what the heck happened. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I hope you guys are doing bloody fantastic. So yeah, I had a pretty good day. My voice. I've been talking to like everybody, so I'm not losing my voice. It's just it hurts a little bit, so sorry about that. Anyway, and I'm trying to be a little quiet because my mom's trying to read in there, or she may have fell asleep, so I don't want to wake anybody up. Anyway, I had a pretty good day today. I had the Toyman toy show, hung out with Chicken Wizard. Um, I bought some cool stuff at the toy show, and then me and Chicken Wizard went out to lunch. We went to Applebee's, so that was pretty cool. And then I went and hung out with my friend Eric. Checked out his nerd cave. That was pretty sweet. And then I came back home, and then the rest of the night I just hung out with my family. So I got home at like 5 o'clock. So from 5 o'clock to now 11:36, I have been hanging out with my family. So it was a pretty good day today. It was a really good day. Anyway, let's open up the chat and let's get things rocking. And then I gotta call Lantern and let him know I'm live. But it was a pretty good day. Pretty good day. I hope you guys had a pretty good day. I got lots to talk about, so hope you guys are ready for a live stream. So let me just call Lantern. Yeah. I was trying to get the show started, and then for some odd reason I lost power. I don't know what the hell happened, but I had to reboot my computer. So let me um, call Lantern real quick. So yeah, hope everybody's having a nice night. It's been a fairly decent night. So yeah. Anyway, there we go. Let me call Lantern. Just give him a little call here. Yo,
Yeah, what's up?
Lantern.
Yeah,
I gotta be real quiet because my mom.
I know.
I think my mom's sleeping in the other room, so you know
Yeah,
I can't fart too loud. Oh damn.
uh, what?
Yeah, just keep it a secret, Lantern. Shh. Yeah,
What? Yeah,
yeah, Lantern. Damn.
uh, uh, uh,
Hey, Lantern. Ho ho ho. Merry Christmas. Yeah, Lantern. How was your day?
good, how you?
It was pretty good, Lantern. Did you have a nice nap?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
I had a really good nap before I went to the Toyman toy show. So heck yeah, it was a big convention.
okay.
It was a big convention, Lantern. So, anyways, spread the word, spread the link, and I'll see you in the chat. All right. So I'll see you later, Shunk.
Good shot.
It's kind of hilarious that I have to like whisper, but I mean, it's out of respect for my mom, you know. So gotta respect mom. Anyway, what's up, guys? Let's see. Anyway, today we're gonna talk about. I'm gonna review the Toyman Toy Show. Then I'm gonna do the Nerd Haul from the Toyman Toy Show. Show you guys what I got. Then I'm gonna review the day, and then I got some funny Halloween stories to talk to you guys about because a lot of the funny Halloween stories didn't even happen down in Florida. They happened. Some of the most funniest ones happened in Missouri. So yeah. Anyway, I think some of the community healing yesterday. I think it did some good because I didn't get any calls from anybody today. As far as I know, nothing catastrophic happened today. So anyway, let me open up the chat. And if something did, so if something did happen, I didn't hear about it. So yeah. Anyway, let's open up the chat. All right, here we go. Vision says, "Yo, what's up, Visions?" And he gives me a solid brother. Well, what's up, brother? How you been? Yeah, what's up, twin? How you been, twin? Let's see. Hi, John. I'm sorry I missed your belong today. I was asleep. No worries, Tina. I understand. You know, if you're tired, you're tired. If you need a little nap, then you need a little nap. Let's see. Tina says, "Well, hi, Visions," and Vision says, "Hi, Tina, I love you." Well, that was nice. That was very nice. I think everybody loves Tina. Tina, I love you too. Everybody loves Tina. Yo, Walter, what's up? What's up, Walter? Good to see you. And he says, Mama Bear says, "Hi, Walter. Hello, Tina." Fangirl Kate says, "Well, hello, everybody." Yeah, Kate, I did get your message. I did go live. I was live for like 2 minutes, and then out of nowhere, I don't know what the hell happened. I just lost the internet for like 3 or 4 minutes, and then I had to reboot my computer and redo the live. So you didn't miss much. There it is. But I don't know what the hell happened. But now my internet's working fine. That good old Missouri internet. Mama Bear says, "Hi, Kate. How long you in Missouri for?" Uh, Walter, my last day is, well, I don't technically call the 5th my last day because the 5th is a travel day. So my last full day in Missouri is the 4th. So there it is. And Walter, I saw your message. Walter, guys, I forgot to tell you. Walter messaged me and he said, "Hey, Fears, I got my podcast book." So he got it. I'm glad you got it, Walter. I'm glad you like it. Enjoy it, buddy. So now Walter's got one, Lantern's got one, Visions has got one. I think that's everybody. Oh, and then Tina's gonna get one as soon as I fill the rest of it out and ship it off to her. So yeah. Well, it was a pretty good day. So let's just start. I ran out of space, so um, MT is for Missouri trip. So Missouri trip day 3 review. So I got up. We had pancakes. That was nice. Mom, mom, me, even Enzo had some. So that's pretty cool. The only one that did not have any is little Shelton because he's only 5 months and that's just too young, for salads. So his mom gave him some formula, but my brother and his wife had pancakes. I had pancakes. My mom had pancakes, and then I just kind of threw one to Enzo, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Fears, I want one. Don't forget about me." And I was like, "I would not forget about you, buddy." So there. So we all had pancakes, and then I skedaddled over to the Toyman Toy Show. All of a sudden, I get there. I get a little text, ring-a-ling-ling, ding-a-ling-ling, and Eric says, "Hey, Fears, I was at that concert last night." I texted him back, and I said, "Yeah." And then I said, "What's up?" And he said, "Fears, we didn't get back till like 2 in the morning. I'm exhausted, so I'm pretty much not gonna do the Toy Show." And I said, "Oh, okay, no worries." He said, "As soon as you get done hanging out with Chicken Wizard, your friend, um, come over to my house and we'll hang out." And I said, "Sounds good, buddy." So me and Chicken Wizard hung out. We hung out the entire Toyman show. My mom pretty much took care of Shelton all day. My brother got his car washed. I forgot what my brother's wife did. She did something. I think she was doing emails or something. I can't remember. And to answer your question, Kate, Shelton is doing amazing. Look, I'm going to show you guys a photo. So I took this picture not today. I took it the other day. So, dude, bam! Me and Shelton just hanging out. Oh hell yeah! There he is. There he is. Pretty cool dude. Pretty cool dude. Um, so me and Chicken Wizard hung out the entire time. Chicken Wizard got some cool stuff. I got some cool stuff. I got my Toyman Toy Show nerd haul over here. I only bought a couple things, and I got some free like stickers and some magnets and stuff because the vendors know me because I've been filming for years at Toyman. They're like, "Oh, Fears, hey, dude, what's up? Hey, man, here, have a free sticker." And I was like, yeah, I like free. So, yeah, I did buy a couple of things. So, yeah. So, after we hung out, then we went to Applebee's and hung out. We were going to go check out that record store, but Chicken Wizard said he was getting kind of tired and he had to go to a concert tonight. And I said, "Well, that's okay, buddy." I said, "Because I have to hang out with my buddy Eric." I said, and then after Eric, I said I have to go hang out with my family. So I got home at like 5:45, 5:30 ish, and then we had dinner like at 7, me and my family, and then we've been hanging out until I just started the stream like 5 minutes ago. So pretty good day. So I'm gonna rate this day. I'm gonna give it an 11 out of 10 because everything was epic. I think I spoke too soon though, because right when I said no phone calls, I just got a voicemail and it says, "This is Larry." So, oh Lord. So I'm gonna listen to that after. So I spoke too soon. I literally said right as I started the stream, I said, "I think the community is healing," and now I don't know what the voicemail is, so I'll have to listen to. I'm not gonna listen to it now. Um, so I hope the community healing yesterday went very, very good. So hopefully it's not more drama that Larry's leaving on my voicemail. Fingers crossed. Anyway, um, yeah, it was a fun day. So I went over, hung out at Eric's. His nerd cave is going nuts. I'll get into it in just a second. Came home, had a nice dinner, pot roast. My mom's pot roast. Oh yeah, potatoes, gravy, roast beef, a nice roast, pot roast. Hell yeah. Now we're talking. It was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Cause why? Because my mom's a good cook. She's amazing. So yeah. And then I read Shelton a storybook, the one that I got him, and he thoroughly enjoyed it. He was giggling. He was going nuts. And then we played with some toys, and then we played with. He loves Enzo. I asked my mom. I was like, "Is it okay?" And my mom's like, "Oh, he loves Enzo." So we were laying on the floor. He was playing with Enzo. I was playing with Enzo. He laughed at me. I laughed at him. We had a good time. It was awesome. Lots of hangout time with Uncle Fears. I wouldn't have it any other way. Hell yeah. Let's see. Ever been to the St. Louis Zoo? I heard it's cool and it's free. It is cool, and it's a lot bigger, Walter, than the one that me and James and Dave went to. And I even say that in the vlog at the very end of that zoo vlog. We did the Florida Zoo in I think it was like 2, 3 hours, something like that. I can't remember the exact time. It was around there. You cannot finish the zoo. It is massive, massive. So it is free. But there's things that in the zoo that you have to pay for. Like if you want to take the train around the park, you got to pay for that. If you want lunch, you have to pay for that. If you want a souvenir, you have to pay. But to get in is free. So I've been there many times, Walter, and it's always a blast. But thank you, Kate, for asking. Shelton's doing good. Shelton is doing really good. Mama Bear says, I like Chicken Wizard. He's a nice guy. He is a nice guy. And he said, hey, tell the fans that I said hi. So Chicken Wizard says hi. I think he told me after the concert he has to work tonight very late. So he said he's going to a concert and then I guess later on he's going to work. He works nights like I do. Fangirl Kate says, oh my god, he's so cute. Yeah, he's a pretty cute little guy. He's got cute, chubby cheeks. This is true. This is true. I mean, I think the better question is why wouldn't you fall in love with him? He's a pretty cute little guy. Plus, he is a Fears, so he's got the old Fears charm, just like Fears. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, it was a fun day. I had a good time. I had a really good time. I hope everybody had a good day. Again, I was about to say I think the community is healing because I didn't see anything happen catastrophic. I was also busy, so I don't think anything catastrophic happened. And if it did, then I don't want to hear about it because I'm neutral. That's what I said yesterday. Leave me the hell out of the Tina nudes and the epic chord battles and the police report and the. I think Banjo said like now he thinks that Carrie did it. I wouldn't put it past her because Carrie's nuts. So yeah. Oh look, that troll of Tina is in the chat. Well, I'll get rid of her real quick. Sorry about that, Tina. So give me a second. Give me a second. That must be a new Tina because I blocked the other one yesterday. Hmm. I don't know how she came back. Maybe they made a new account. I have no idea. Give me 1 second. But yeah, it was a good time. It was not only was it a good day to hang out with my friends, but it was a cool family hangout day. So it was definitely a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I don't even know what we're doing tomorrow. Well, I kind of have an idea. My mom said she needs help cleaning up her basement, but that won't take all day. So I think we're gonna either finish the basement or we're going to make a dent in the basement and clean up whatever we need to clean up. She just said she hasn't had time because she's been so busy with other stuff that it's getting a little messy down in the basement. So I said, I don't mind helping out. So there's that. So I guess that's what we're doing tomorrow. So yeah, mm, that's unfortunate. Banjo. That is insane. He says a Mormon church was shot up and burned by a crazy Trump supporter. Where was this? That's insanity. Crazy times we live in. Yeah, that's pretty insane. It's pretty nuts. Crazy. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. That's nuts. Anyway, it was a really cool day. So I got to have a little hangout time with friends, and then, like I said, I got home around 5:30ish, 5:45ish, and I hung out with my family from there. From there to to about like I said 5 minutes ago when I started the stream. So yeah. Vision says, "Oh dang, you can show us all of your movies and Nintendo games that you have in storage." Yeah, that's all downstairs, Visions. There's literally a corner of all my stuff. If I get time, I'll try to do a live down in the basement because we're gonna be busy, and I promised my mom I would help her organize it. My stuff's organized, but my mom said when you go down the stairs in the basement to the right, she's let that stuff. It's not super messy, but she's like, "Do you mind me helping me organize?" And I was like, "I don't mind." Yo, what's up, Sega? Good to see you, Sega. I just want to make sure this is the real Sega Camp Gamer because I was only live for 5 minutes and I already had to block someone. I already had to block a fake Tina. So let me just make sure this is the real Sega Camp Gamer. Yep, that's the real Sega Camp Gamer. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Oh my gosh, the tiny Tina is back. Well, guess what? Now you're gone. This tiny Tina just won't go away. I don't know what's going on, Tina. I guess this is going to be a random thing now. What's up, Lantern? Good to see you, Lantern. All right now, Lantern. Well, howdy, Lantern. Well, yeah, I know it's you, Sega. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure. So now I'm gonna have to get rid of this Tina. So a new Tiny Tina. Oh my gosh, crazy. I was like, what's going on? It just keeps popping up. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Tina, I am so sorry that you are getting all of this crazy shit. It's insanity. Oh my gosh, another Tina. Oh Lord. It's crazy. Uh-oh. It's like the war of the fake Tinas. It's craziness. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Because people tell me I have to go to their channel and block it too, so it's not in the chat. Because I'll time them out in the chat, and I can't see it, but I don't want anyone to see it. Because that stuff with the tiny Tina and the nudes are just like ridiculous. So yeah, it's a shame that we have to put up with this. It's a shame that you have to put up with it, Tina, because that's just disgusting. That's just horrible. Horrible, 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 horrible. I'm sorry. Walter says, "Yo, Sega, what's up, my favorite Canadian?" Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's right, Sega. Sega says, "Damn." I was about to say it, Sega. If you weren't gonna say it, I was gonna ask Lantern to say it. Like, damn, pew, Lantern, this is pretty nuts, pretty crazy. No, it's crazy. It is. It's pretty crazy, Sega. And the thing is Sega, I didn't start it, Dave didn't start it, Tina didn't start it. Some crazy psycho troll thought it would be funny to take Carrie's gross body. I can't deny it. It's gross. Nobody wants to see it, or well, I don't want to see it. I'm not making fun of Carrie, just I don't want to see it. And because one time Pixel made a joke with her, and she said, "Hey, you should show Fears your ass." She did. I never want to see that black hole ever again. It was pretty gross. It was pretty nasty. Um, I'm not making fun of her. I'm just telling the truth. It was pretty nasty. And someone thought it'd be funny to cut off Carrie's head, Sega, and put Tina. Tina came into the chat. I mean, into the show one day, and I guess she had the lights off, like in her house, and then she turned on her phone light, so it has this glow about it. And then they took that picture of her head and just strapped it on that body, and I was just like, oh, I'm like, I know where this is going. This is nuts. Let's see. Before you go home, Fierce, get the Nintendo games. I'll try Sega because they're somewhere down in the basement, and I have no idea where they are. I have an idea of where they are, but I have to organize the basement with my mom. I offered to help, so no worries. Let's see. If she comes back in, block her again. Oh, I will. I will. No problem. But yeah, Sega, did you catch what I said? I'm not sub to her, and I plan not to anytime soon. Good, Sega. Good. Oh wow, that's Carrie's body. Yikes! It's Carrie's body, and the reason why I know that is, it's not the one that she sent me on Twitter. That one I opened up. I deleted years ago. You guys know Carrie used to be wild back in the day, so she would just throw nudes like in off-air hangouts and Google Hangouts, and obviously trolls got those, and then they stockpile them in an archive and do God knows what with them, So yeah, I don't really like to think about it. Anyway, let's get back to what I was doing. Landon says, "Shout out to the chat." Also, Carrie is. Oh, I agree, Sega. I absolutely agree. Puke, puke. Anyway, anyway. So let's see. What was I saying? So after me and Chicken would hang out, it was a pretty good. It was a pretty good hangout. Chicken Wizard. We hung out all day, and he was rocking his all black vest with tons of bands. He took all these like patches and sewed them on. And for any of you guys that missed the Toyman Toy Show live, I did it on my phone, so check that out. And we went pretty long, pretty long. It was, well, the internet started to cut out at the end, so I think before the internet cut out towards the end, I think it was like 40, 45 minutes. The last like 10 minutes, it's kind of garbly because sometimes the internet at that convention place is good, sometimes it's bad. So yeah, but we had a good time. It was cool. Then, oh man, I went over to Eric's and he goes, "Fears, are you ready for this?" I was like, "Dude, I've been waiting for this for a year." And he goes, "Well, let me turn on the light." He opens up the basement door, flicks on the light. You go down the stairs. First, he's got all of his bands, like favorite bands, uh, and movie posters. So he's got band posters on one side of the stairs going down. Then he's got movie poster that he likes on this side. We walk down, and immediately to the left and to the right is Power Rangers, and then he had Beetlejuice. He had Star Wars set up on these shelves. He had oh god, what else? He's got so much stuff, way more than me. You think my collection is crazy, Visions? Uh, Eric just makes a tad bit more money than I do, and he's got a whole like he's got stuff in his garage. He's got stuff in his basement. It's absolutely insane. But it was cool. So then you go to the right, and then he installed a bathroom. Um, and he redid the whole basement. It's carpeted. There was tile in there. He was going nuts. I go into the bathroom. The bathroom is decorated like how I decorated. He goes, "Fears, you inspire me." He goes, when I came to visit you, he goes, "You know how like you did your whole bathroom Ghostbusters?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, I did." I goes, My bathroom is all usually it's all like toy related, because it's my nerd cave." He goes, "But now since it's Halloween season, he had a portrait of Michael Myers sitting on a toilet, reading a newspaper, taking a shit." I about lost my mind. I was losing my mind. It was pretty hilarious. It was pretty hilarious. And then he had all a bunch of Halloween stuff in there. So I walk out. Then we cut out of the bathroom and go this way. And on the left and the right is nothing but Ghostbusters, and it is going nuts. He's got every Ghostbuster like collectible, like movies, pins, toys, mugs. It makes my little Ghostbuster collection in my apartment like peanuts, like dust. I was like, this is nuts. And I said, I got one question, Eric. I said, where's the pinball machine, the Ghostbuster pinball? I said, I've been waiting to play it. He goes, look to the left, Fears. I look to the left. There it is. I turned that bad boy on. I played 4 games. Eric played 4 games. And we just jumped back and forth. It was awesome. Then you look to the right, and there's a bar. It was like this. It was like down this way, and then this, and then like this. So kind of like a long V. And behind the bar, he had tons of booze. And he likes the St. Louis Cardinals, the St. Louis Blackhawks. That's our new. I'm sorry, the Battlehawks is our new football team. He likes those, and then he likes the Miami Dolphins because he used to live down in Florida. So he had all of his bar decorated like that. And I only allowed myself 2 beers because I had to drive home. So he had a bunch of beer. I had 2 beers. So yeah, let's see. Well, if you're not gonna call me, I'm gonna say goodnight because it's almost 1. Oh, I'll call you, Sega. Hang on, Sega. I will call you. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I was discussing the nerd cave, Sega. My bad. Hang on. Let me call Sega. Give me 1 second. Uh-oh. I guess he went to bed. Oh, wait, there he is. Sega.
Beers.
I'm sorry I didn't call you right away, buddy. I was going nuts on my buddy's nerd cave. You would have liked it, Sega. It was epic. It was going nuts. What's up? How you been?
I'm okay.
So you never told me. You said you called me the other day and you said who was playing St. Louis? You said St. Louis Blues was playing who?
Chicago Blackhawks, although I didn't
Chicago
watch the
Blackhawks.
game. I was busy watching Montreal Canadiens going against the Maple Leafs, and it got bad. After the
Okay.
second period, just near the end of the second period, I turned it off and I couldn't even watch it. It was unwatchable.
Oh, so Sega, just answer me one question. Who won the St. Louis Blues game? Did the Blues win?
I don't know.
Oh, Sega. Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, no, no.
Like I
Don't worry
said,
about it.
I was watching Montreal versus some of Toronto.
Oh, don't worry about it, Sega.
I'm a Leafs fan, okay? Could you tell?
Oh, Sega. Yeah, we were talking about Leafs the whole
Although
time.
then again, though, I'm also a fan of the Montreal Canadiens too, which
Sega,
is what they were going against.
Sega, do you remember the night in the vlog when we were playing video games? We were playing video games and we were talking about the St. Louis Blues and the Leafs almost the entire night.
A worry.
We were going nuts on it. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know about the whole night but at least for a couple hours.
Man, if only we had that recorded in the vlog.
I wish. Well, we were talking about it off camera, but I don't know about all night, but we talked about it for a couple hours. But yeah,
Yeah.
Sega, I need to up my video game skills. The next time you come, you're gonna bring that laptop. We're gonna play some more legendary games, buddy.
I was about to say, maybe should I bring my Nintendo 64?
If you want to, we can play the games off your laptop and your Nintendo 64. Do whatever you want the next time you come and visit.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry that I didn't see it right away. I was telling everybody about my friend Eric's nerd cave. He had his nerd cave upstairs on the second floor, and then he moved it all the way into the basement because his wife said, "Why don't you just move all that into the basement? You'll have a lot more room." So he redid his basement. So he's got a bar down there and a pool table and air hockey, and it was going nuts. I'm gonna tell the fans the rest of it whenever I get off the phone with you.
I definitely need to go to sleep right now. I need some Neocitrin right now.
Oh, okay. Well,
I came down with a cold.
well, I hope you feel better, buddy. I really do.
Yeah.
So feel better, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Peace out, buddy.
Yeah, bye.
Well, Sega, I hope you feel better. Well, shout out to the legendary Sega. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. So I played 4 games of pinball. He played 4 games. To the right of the pinball is his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade, Turtles in Time. To to the right of that, he had darts, and then in the middle, so like here's the pinball, then he's got the other arcade game, and then darts is on the wall, and then over here, like in the middle of the room, he's got air hockey. We didn't get a chance to play air hockey because we were going nuts on Turtles in Time and the pinball machine. And then right besides the dart is his bar. So his bar goes like this, and then he's got it filled with booze. And I said he's got all of his favorite teams. So he decorated his bar area with St. Louis Battlehawks, which I've yet to see a game because that's our new football team. And I rather like to play football than watch it. I think watching football is kind of boring. That's just my opinion. In middle school, I played football, and in high school, I played football. I was on defense. I was a corner, and then I played running back and receiver on offense. So I did okay. I much rather liked wrestling and track, and then I did all the high school plays because Fierce is a thespian. Whenever I'm not in front of the camera, I'm an editor. So behind the camera, I'm an editor. In front of the camera, uh, I like to act. I'm not a very good actor, but I do okay. I do all right. I can't wait for you guys to see me and Sega's Halloween 3 skit, the full version, because I only teased you guys a little bit in the vlog. We had a much bigger one. So when I get back to Florida, I'm gonna edit um, some more of the zoo vlog. I'm gonna do a highlight video for the main channel. Then I'm gonna edit this trip because I know you guys want to see it right away. So before I get to any old footage, I'm gonna get this trip up, and then I'm gonna edit the Halloween little skit because Halloween's coming up. And I thought, oh hey Sega, that would be perfect. Okay, so then behind the bar there was booze and there was a mini fridge filled with soda and beer. I had two beers. I had some Coors. Nice. Or not Coors. What the hell? Coronas. Excuse me. I had two Coronas. Excuse me. Not Coors. He had Bud Light, but I had Coronas because I like Corona. And then above the bar is a massive flat screen TV, and I don't know what you call them. I guess they're, correct me if I'm wrong. What are those things? You guys know all this high tech stuff more than me. What are those things that you can buy them off of Amazon or TikTok or Etsy or whatever, where it's like they take all of the old school games. And Eric bought one off of Amazon that had like 57,000 games, and we were just playing old school. Fears. I played a little Home Alone. I played a little Jurassic Park. I played all the things that I made Sam play. Me and Eric played, and then after we played all of my favorite games, then we played some of Eric's. So we played. For some reason, Eric likes the live action video game of the Flintstones. I did not know this. I got to play that. That was a pretty funny game. We played Home Alone 2, Jurassic Park, Fears' favorite game of all time, Super Mario Brothers 3, and then we played some Resident Evil, the very first one on PlayStation. So that was cool. And so in front of the bar, he's got a couch in the middle, and then a nice comfy chair on one side and another comfy chair on the other. Behind the couches is all of his Ninja Turtle and wrestling figures. So it is going nuts. His nerd cave. I took one photo. You can kind of see me at the bar. Eric allowed me. Oh no, we took two. I took one by myself, and then I said, "Hey Eric, can we get a photo?" So I will show you. Hopefully, you guys can see whatever there is in the background. So this is me at the bar. So like I said, so I'm sitting at the bar, and behind right here is all of his Ninja Turtle stuff. So there's me at the bar, and then there's me and my buddy Eric, and we're just hanging out in his nerd cave. So hell yeah. I'm telling you, it was going nuts. It puts my Missouri nerd cave and my Florida one to shreds. But I just looked over at Eric. I said, Eric, I'm not jealous. I'm impressed. As Darth Vader would say, impressive. Most impressive. I thought it was fantastic. It was good. What's Corona's? Never heard of that one. It's like it's a um it's like a yellow beer, and I think it's made in Mexico. I don't really recall, Tina. I cannot remember, but it's good. Go to any liquor place. Go to Walmart, and in the beer section, it says Corona. It's a good beer. It's not my favorite beer, but it's one of my favorite beers. So yeah, Kate says nice. Heck yeah, Kate. And then let me show you the pictures of the Toyman Toy Show. I only took a couple. So Chicken Wizard told me to take a couple pictures. We were in, so about midway. Um, he goes, Fears. He goes, you know me. He goes, you know you're the Blu-ray master. I went, yeah, this is true. And he goes, well, and so you got to plug Visions. Chicken Wizard said, well, you know how like you're the Blu-ray master, Fears, and I said this is true, and he goes, well, me and Visions are like the VHS tape masters, and I was like, this is very true, and he goes, Fears, he goes, I've got some recommendations. So I took a picture of the VHS tapes, so when I get back home, I'm gonna Google them. I'm gonna watch all the trailers, and if they make the list, then they make the list. So tell me if you've seen some of these. The first one, Chicken Wizard suggested it was Dolph Lundgren's I Come in Peace. Good Cop, Bad Alien, Big Trouble. So there's that one. And then he suggested, um, I don't even know how to pronounce this. I'll try my best. Delectrium. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Delectrium. Excuse me if I got it wrong. And then, oh shoot, there's a glare on this one. Well, this one was called I have the Eliminators, but this one is called the Annihilators. So the Annihilators, I'm gonna have to look that one up. And then I guess this next one, it's got the most random like sci-fi horror name. I asked the guy that was selling it that Toyman. I said, "What is this?" He's like it's a sci-fi horror action adventure, but it has the most random name. I shit you not. It's called Solar Babies, and it was made in 1982 or some shit. So I'm gonna look that one up. I have no idea what that is, but I'll watch all these trailers. And then the next one is Steel Justice. So there we are. And then Tom Selleck's Runaway. So I'm gonna look these up. And then there's me and Chicken Wizard at the convention. So let me show you guys all the photos. Uh, Mama Bear says, I like your glasses. You look good with them. Well, my contacts were kind of hurting me, and I had my contact solution in the car because I had them in for so long, so I just took them out and I borrowed my mom's car and I had my glasses with me because I was like, I need to give my eyeballs a rest because I had them in all day, and I was like, just let me, um, you know, let my eyes rest a little bit. So here's me and Chicken Wizard at the convention. Check out that he was rocking the jacket with all the bands on it. I was like, hell yeah, buddy. And then I don't know who this guy was, but he was some type of Star Wars character, and I thought it was hilarious. So I got a photo with him. Of course, Fears was rocking the emo shirt, emo's pizza shirt. That guy was looking. He's got his little coffee mug. Because he had the coffee mug, I was like, wait a minute, coffee first, then photo. So that was his whole costume. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. But the Toy Man was good. Then I met Suzanne again, the lady that played in. So she was one of the celebrities. I met her at the Lakeland one. Remember, I did that interview with her, guys. So to all the trolls, I'm not lying. I could not believe Suzanne was at my buddy Chris's convention. I walk up. I said, Suzanne, you were just at my buddy Jeff's like Lakeland show like a month and a half ago. She goes, I was, Fears. I said, do you remember me? She goes, I totally remember it. She goes, you're the YouTuber. You came up. We got some photos. You did an interview. And I was like, oh, yeah. She goes, have you uploaded the Lakeland? I said, not yet. I said, you know me. I said, I'm always behind. But I said, I will get it up ASAP. And so we chatted. So she's played in Star Wars Skeleton Crew, Star Wars The Book of Boba Fett, Star Wars The Mandalorian. She did a couple of episodes on Family Matters. She did a couple episodes on Magnum PI, and I think she was in. Oh, she's been in a bunch of commercials, but we were just hamming it up. She's done a lot of stuff. You guys think I'm short. She's very short. I'm not making fun of her. Just it's nice to know that at least I I'm taller than someone because Fears is a pretty short guy. She's such a sweet lady. And I paid for another autograph, but she's like, Fears, I know you. She's like, just pay for another autograph. She was like, I'll give you as many photos as you want. I said, oh, cool. Then I was hanging out with Beetlejuice, the ghost with the most babe. He had a pretty cool costume. That was pretty sweet. So I got tons of footage. This guy was going nuts. This guy, I mean, this guy was insane. But in a cool way. And then here's my friend Chris that runs the Toyman show. So that was pretty cool. It was cool to see my friend Chris again. Chris is the man. Like you know how like Jeff is my Florida convention buddy. Chris is just as cool as Jeff, and Jeff is just as cool as Chris. They're both amazing friends. Chris is fucking epic. So is Jeff. And then I couldn't wait for lunch. I said, Chicken Wizard, I said, I hope you don't mind. I said, we are going to hang out. And I said, we're going to vlog and stuff, the lunch. And he goes, oh, Fears, if you're hungry, when you go to the Toy Man, they serve donuts, they serve coffee, and then they serve lunch. So Fears got, I wouldn't say lunch, but I got a little snack because I was a little hungry. So I got a little snack. And then I took a picture of this one because I think this is the last purchase that Chicken Wizard got. And I said, Chicken Wizard, I said, I've never heard of this movie, but I said, I have to look it up when I get back home. So I've already got Alice, Sweet Alice. It's a double feature. So on the bottom of the VHS, it says Alice, Sweet Alice, but the one up top is called Psychomania. I've never heard of this, but I'm going to look this one up. So there's Psychomania, and then there's Alice, Sweet Alice. So there it is. And then at the Toyman Toy Show, they had this really cool photo of St. Louis, Missouri, and it says greetings from St. Louis, Missouri. So I took a photo of that. And then that's when I was over at my friend Eric's. So yeah. So I haven't took too many photos yet. So here's me on the airplane. I got, some snacks. And then let's see what else. And then this I didn't even know this was at the Orlando um, airport. I'm walking through the airport and I just saw this raptor from Jurassic Park, like Universal Studios. And so I took a photo of it. I thought it was cool. I'm going to Instagram that because I love Jurassic Park. And I was like, I didn't know that fucking thing was there. Or if I did, I forgot. And then there's me and Shelton just hanging out. Cool dude. Hell yeah. So yeah, he's definitely got the rockin' comb over like Fears. Because either my mom or my brother gave him a bath, and then my mom's like, "Do you want to comb his hair?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, I got to give him the classic Fears comb over." So I combed his little hair, and then we were just kind of hanging out. Hell yeah! And then you guys know this was the first day. I got some emos and I got some salad. Oh yeah. How can you deny this Emo's pizza? You can't. You can't deny it. Joey, get the hell out of here. 7 out of 10. It needs to be an 11 out of 10. And I tell Joey this. Joey, I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying. If you've eaten enough pizza like Fears, I've been eating Emo since I was 5 years old. If Joey would have did the same thing, he wouldn't have gave it a 7 out of 10. He would have gave it a 10 out of 10 because it's that good. And I've been eating it since I was, like I said, 4 or 5. There we are. And then, of course, I had to get some White Castle because in Florida, there's only one White Castle, and LC took me to it. You guys saw that in the vlog. So I got some White Castle. Yeah. And then I took a picture of Mama Tate. I actually found Mama Tate. You guys ready for this? I took a picture of. There's Mama Tate. There she is. So I'm going to Instagram myself with Mama Tate. That's right. And then I took a picture of Enzo. He's just about to take a nap. He's inside. He's just chilling on his bed. He was taking a nap. That was yesterday, I think. There we are. And that's all that I've took a photo of so far. So I'll definitely take some more photos at the towards the middle and the end of the trip. So whenever we go visit my dad, I always take a photo of my dad's grave, and I Instagram it and say some nice words about my dad. So far the trip is rocking. Is rocking. I really wish Larry would stop calling me every single day. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but yeah. All right. So let's do the nerd hall next, shall we? Okay, I found some pretty good stuff at the Toyman show. All right, here we go. So I found this hat. I found this hat. So whenever I review my movies, I think this will be a cool hat to actually wear. Check this out. Visions, you need this hat too. Excuse me. I love VHS. Check that out. And it's got the flat bill that I like. So actually, let me try it on real quick because I haven't even tried it on. Oh, that's like almost a perfect fit. It's almost a perfect. I don't like the only type of hats that I like to bend the bill is baseball hats, like the Cardinals hat or like the Blues hat. If it's something that has like one of my favorite things on it, I keep the bill flat. This one is so old that it's kind of bending by itself, but yeah. But looks pretty cool. As soon as I saw that VHS, I was like, that VHS hat. I was like, oh my god, that would be fucking perfect to wear that hat while I review my movies. So that's one of the reasons why I got it. Plus, it's blue, one of my favorite colors. So yeah. All right. So I got her new autograph. So she says two fears, un teeny, as the Jawas do it, and then she said Susanna, and she's here, and then she said her friend. Oh, what's it started with a Z. I think she said Zachary. I don't know that actor, but she said I acted every day next to my friend. I think his name is Zachary. If I got it wrong, I'm sorry. She said every day on the show I was right beside him, and I was like, oh well, that's pretty cool. So I got a autograph. Two fears, Suzanne. So now I'm gonna get this one framed because this is a different one, and I'm gonna have to move my trash can and put another one. I'm gonna put it in that row in the kitchen and just put it right there. So I need to get a frame when I get back home. And then I got another um, Ghostbuster mat for uh, my bathroom. So now I've got some matching ones. So yeah, now I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, I found another one to match it. Let me just tell you, Eric was jealous. He goes, Fears. He goes, I freaking love your Ghostbuster bathroom. He goes, dude, when I came to visit you, man, he goes, that was. He goes, you know how you're always asking me like, hey, like I'm always. Eric said, you know how I'm always asking, hey, Fears. And he asked me today. He said, Fears, what's your favorite part of my nerd cave? I was like, Eric, that's a given. The Ghostbuster pinball and the rest of the Ghostbuster shit. I said everything else is great. Well, obviously the bar and the booze because I love booze. I love alcohol. Um, but I said if I only had to pick one, Eric, I said it's the whole Ghostbuster ensemble area. And he goes, "Well, Fears." He goes, "I've got two favorite spots. I couldn't pick when I was in your apartment." He goes, "I love your movie prop shelf with all your fucking props on it." He goes, "And I love your fucking Ghostbuster bathroom." I said, "Those are two of my favorite spots too. They are good. They are a rockin'." Eric doesn't know that I got the goggles. So when I get home, I looked at him today and I said, "Oh, don't worry, buddy." I said, "I got some more props." He's like, "More?" I said, "Oh," I said, "There's never enough, buddy." And I said, "I'll give you a hint." I said, two Jurassic Park props. I said, one's orange and one is green. And he just couldn't think of it. I said, "Don't worry. When I get back to Florida," I said, "I'll screenshot some photos and I will text them to you." So I know he's going to flip out because Eric likes Jurassic Park as much as I do. So yeah. So he's in for a surprise. So I told him I'm always working on my nerd cave, so I'm gonna wash this when I get home because God knows who's used it before. Because I'm a pretty cleansing guy. Anyone could have used this before me, so I'm gonna wash it and then I'm gonna put it in my bathroom, right next to the other one. So heck yeah. So pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. And then this was a gift from Eric. He said, "Fears." He goes, "I went to this concert." He goes, "I went to a Steve-O concert, and they had this on his table for free." He goes, "I had to pay for all the other merch." He goes, "But I thought of you, and I got one." So this was not from the show. This was just a nice gift from Eric. So I'm gonna have this framed, and I don't know where I'm gonna put it in my apartment. I'll find a spot. But so Eric, I appreciate you thinking about me, buddy. You're a good friend. So he got me this awesome poster. Jackass. Hell yeah. So, Eric, I appreciate that. So, Eric had this framed in his nerd cave, and he's like, "Well, I had to get the Fears Man one, so we'd have matching ones in our nerd cave." And I was like, "That's awesome, buddy." So, hell yeah. Eric's not even like a friend anymore. Eric's like a brother. Me and Eric have been through like everything. I met him at the end of 8th grade, and oh boy, did we have fun, and oh boy, did we get into some trouble. Me and Eric were always like going nuts, like in fucking detention and shit. Because we were always like up to some type of shit. Oh man, we had some good times. And then Fears got pretty excited about this. So you guys know I already have one VHS tape of Escape from New York. I didn't know. I guess they did this in the 80s and 70s whenever VHS tapes came out. I thought once they made a VHS tape, with the poster art on the VHS cover, I thought that was the only one. So I've got one Escape from New York. Dylan actually, my friend Dylan that was running a booth said, "Fears, I knew you were coming because my friend, he's a vendor. His name's Dylan, and he said, I knew you were coming." And I said, "How?" I said, and I forgot that he subscribed Classic Fears Memory. He goes, "Well, I watch your stuff." He goes, "I just don't comment Fears." And I said, "Oh," I said, "Yeah, that's right." I said, "I remember." And he goes, "Fears, remember you would always like film me, at my booth and stuff. I always had the VHS tapes and the Ghostbuster shit." And he goes, "Yeah, well, I saved you something because I knew you were coming." And so he handed it to me, and I went, "Oh, dude, you're the best." And he said, "Well, I've seen your other VHS tape in your apartment." And I said, "Oh, okay." So I got another version of Escape from New York with different cover art, and I was like, "Give me that. That's mine." So yeah, I got. Oh wait, not this one. Where's it? Where is it? Um, so I guess this is like the original one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not the original one. It's the director's special edition. That's probably why it's got different cover art on it. That's probably why. Because my other one, it's comes in a white case and it has Escape from New York in like those letters. So yeah. So probably whenever I do my Halloween stream, I'll have this in the background as me as Snake Plissken. So update on my costume. I've got the wig. I ordered the eye patch. The eye patch should be in hopefully by the time I get back home. If it isn't, I'm gonna have to check it out. I forgot to order the pants, and I'm still on the hunt for the watch. So as soon as I get back home, I'm ordering the black and white camo pants that he wears. These right there. And then I'm just on the hunt to find that watch. If I can't find the watch, then I'm just gonna use my phone. I'm either gonna duct tape it to my hand or use Dave's little holder. So yeah. Hell yeah. And then Visions, are you ready for this? Are you ready? As soon as I found Escape from New York, maybe 5 minutes later on someone else's table, I've been wanting this VHS to like put it in my apartment somewhere for so damn long and I could never find it. That's right. Motherfucking Revenge. I'm sorry, not Revenge. Return of the Living Dead Tarman. Oh my god, I finally found it. It is not 80. I talked the guy down to 60, so it was 80. I talked him down to 60. And he wrote extremely rare. So, because it is rare, I'm going to keep it on there. Here we are. So, and it was from HBO Canon Video. I don't remember Canon Video rental place, but it says Canon Video on it. I think the guy that sold it to me said because it's got Canon Video on it, he said it's extremely rare because it's got the video rental place right on the. I don't know if it's on the plastic or if it's on the VHS cover. It's right there. I I've never heard of that rental place. I would always go to Video Horizons. Our videos are in your future, and we went to Blockbuster. So there it is, and it comes in a nice plastic container. So, which I don't know how to take it out of the plastic. I don't want to mess with it because I don't want to ruin it, but I'll have to figure out how to take it out of the plastic. So there it is. There it is. Okay. So I got some pretty cool stuff. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Give me 1 second here. Okay. So moving on. And then I found two sci-fi films. One I've heard of, but the other I haven't heard of. So you guys know that Fears loves the original 1982 remake of John Carpenter's The Thing. Well, I've always wanted to see the 1950s version. I've always wanted to see the 1950s. I don't even know when they made it in the 50s, but it inspired John Carpenter to make his version in the 80s. So I finally found um, Howard Hanks's The Thing from Another World. This is the original one on Blu-ray. This is the original. So now I've got the prequel to The Thing, which is the prequel to the 1982 one. I've got The Thing, which is the prequel, then John Carpenter's The Thing, which is the remake of this, and then now I have the original. Hell yeah. And then I've never heard of this one. It's just a big. The guy that sold it to me said it's a big sci-fi. It was made in the when the hell was it made? 1980? No, 1974. It just looked cool, and I read the back. A space out of epic of strange love proportions, and it takes place in the. It says a brilliant parody of Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey. John Carpenter and Dan O'Brien sci-fi classic comes to Blu-ray at last. So, it says, I guess Dan O'Brien and John Carpenter um, wrote this together. It says original story and screenplay by Dan O'Brien and John Carpenter. So that was another reason why I got it. So yeah, so um, Dark Star. I cannot wait to watch this. So I guess it's like a action adventure sci-fi comedy, and it's a spoof of Stanley Kubrick's 2001, which I love Stanley Kubrick's Space Odyssey, so I couldn't wait to see this. So that's pretty cool. And then I got my friend Chris gave me the schedules for next year so I can plan my vacation out accordingly. So this is the rest of 2025, and then this is the schedule for 2026. So 2026, he's got one January 11th, March 8th, May 3rd, July 12th, August 23rd, September 27th, and November 8th, and then December 13th. So I'm going to have to figure out which one that I want to go to. So there it is. And then my friend just started a band, and he loves the 80s. I'm not kidding. He gave me two stickers, which one will go on the movie prop shelf, and the other one will go on the other one. And he calls it 1980s. Not 80s. It's supposed to represent the 80s. It's 1980s. That's his new band, and he printed off some stickers. So my friend, it's the guy that was dressed up as Beetlejuice. He's my friend. He said, hey, Fears, not only am I a cosplayer, but I started a band. and I was like, oh, that's cool. So he got me some stickers. Then I got a sticker from the original St. Louis Ghostbuster Club. So that's cool. Let's see what else. And then I got some more. I got some more stickers. I don't know what this is from. Just some lady was making artwork, and I love artwork, so I thought it was cool. So I got that artwork. And then this lady was making stickers out of coffee, so I got that sticker. And then that's a business card, and I think that's everything. Oh no, there's one more thing. And then I found this VHS tape. I love this 80s movie. It's kind of cheesy, but I love it. It's got Tommy Lee Jones in it, and I got the VHS tape of. So I didn't really get a lot of toys. I just got a lot of collectibles. I got Tommy Lee Jones's Black Moon Rising. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah. And then that's it. So I got some pretty good stuff. I don't know how I'm gonna get all this stuff home, but I'll figure out a way. I guess I can put these in here. Let's see here. I'm pretty jazzed about this. I'm pretty jazzed about this. That's right, Pixel. Yeah, dude. Pixel, did you see what I got? Pixel, did you see all the Nerd Hall? The Return of the Living Dead. Did you check out the entire Nerd Hall, Pixel? I got some pretty epic stuff. Yeah, dude. Jams and jellies. I don't even know where the hell I got that from. So Pixel, when we hang out, we got to go to GalaxyCon. You got to be my tour guide, buddy, because I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do when I get to GalaxyCon one day because I've never been to it, and you said it just goes fucking buck wild, and you're gonna have to show me like where all the cool stuff is because I don't know where the hell. It's in Richmond and it's in a couple of cities, but you go to the Richmond one. I just got here, but I will watch it back. Yeah, because I'm gonna put everything back. It's a good haul. Real quick, Pixel. I'll just show you some highlights. I got the original. The original. I love John Carpenter's The Thing. I love John Carpenter movies. I've always wanted to watch the original '50s The Thing. I found The Thing on Blu-ray. I cannot wait to watch this fucking movie. And then I got Return of the Living Dead on VHS. Return of the Living Dead, and then I got Escape, a different version of Escape from New York. I got the director's cut. So yeah, I've been stealing your yogurt. That's right, y'all. The classic line. Richmond and Rel are the ones I go to, but yeah, they got so many now everywhere. I know it's insane, right? I've never seen the '50s one myself. I know I've been dying. I was like, I've seen the prequel to the thing, because they made a prequel to the thing, and they've got the prequel, and then they've got John Carpenter's, and then they've got the prequel, John Carpenter's, and now they have the '50s one, and I've seen the other two, and I was like, I am fucking dying to see the '50s one, and I was just walking by, and one guy at the toy show, right, Pixel, he had a stack of Blu-rays like that fucking tall on his little table, and I saw it, and I was like, give me that one, and he's like, which one? I'm like, The Thing right there, and then I got this mainly because it's the director's cut, plus I'm a big fan of this movie, and I like the cover art, so yeah, and it's in fairly good condition, and Fears is going to be Snake motherfucking Plissken. So those are just some highlights, Pixel. You're gonna have to watch the other back. There's a game on PlayStation 2 they recently released. The official sequel, kind of. Oh, that's what's up. I'll have to play that. It shows the aftermath of what happened. Oh, dude, someone needs to make that into a movie. Like, I want to find out, because in the prequel, you find out what happens to the Norwegians. In John Carpenter's '80s, The Thing, you find out what happens to the American team, and then in the original, you the original '50s one, um, I've never seen that. So they need to make a sequel to either the 50s one or they need to make a sequel to the 1980s one because I want to fucking see the aftermath. That would be fucking bitchin'. So yeah, Pixel, when we do hang out, you got to show me around Richmond or Raleigh or whichever one, because I definitely want to check out that con one day, buddy. Because you've been going nuts about it for years. I need to get off my ass and just fly down there and freaking go to it. Maybe I'll do that next year, as like on my little vacation. So yeah, you find all these things that happen to the people in the movie, and you are sent to kind of check up on the air. That's what I'm saying. Instead of making it, I mean, I'm sure the video game's cool, but instead of making a video game, they need to make a sequel because I want to see it. So yeah, and then I'll show you one more highlight, Pixel. I just saw this hat across the way, and I was like, this hat would be amazing to wear whenever I'm reviewing my movies. I love VHS, so heck yeah. So I was like, I gotta get that. So yeah. Anyway, anyway, oof. You gotta come to North Carolina for that, and I gotta go to Florida for some stuff too. Yeah, you need to come down here, Pixel. You need to stay at Casa de Fears and hang out, and I'll show you around. And then I know you live either near North Carolina or around Carolina, and I need to come down there. So you were more. And I don't care what happens first, Pixel. Either you come and hang out with me or I come and hang out with you. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And my lips are fucking chapped beyond belief. Did you block Joey, John? No, I didn't block Joey. It's just it's just really late, so he's probably not in the chat. But no, I didn't block Joey at all. Not at all. Anyway, so let's see. I did the Missouri review, then I did the Nerd Hall. Okay, time for the Toyman Toy Show review. I'm gonna give it. I gave my day an 11 out of 10 because it was so much fun. I'm gonna give the Toyman Toy Show. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It was a little crowded, and that's the only reason why I gave it a 9 out of 10. So yeah, there was two celebrities there. The second person to do Charlie Brown's voice, not the first one. The first one passed away. The second person that did Charlie Brown's voice, he was there. I didn't get his autograph. I just shook his hand and just met him, and then I met Suzanne, the Jabba guy. I mean, the Jabba person that played in Boba Fett and all the Star Wars stuff. And then they had about, I think it was 300 tables, and they had free coffee, which is always a good plus. And then their hamburger was awesome. So, and I got to hang out with Chicken Wizard again. He's in the vlog and he's in the live stream. So, Pixel, I did a live stream today of the Toyman Toy Show. So um, if you wanna watch, it's on my vlog channel. You gotta watch the live. I will say it does. The internet was fine until the very end, and it crapped out. So yeah, at the very end though. So it starts getting really gargly at the very end. Tina says, "Well, he's not in here. That's why I'm asking." Well, yeah, because it's very late. He's probably asleep. Because Tina, he has a job, and it's Monday, and I'm on vacation, and he's got a girlfriend. So that's probably why Joey. But that's why Joey's probably not in here, because he works at a, well, I don't want to say where he works, but he works like early mornings. So that's why I did not block him, Tina. I promise. I did not block Joey. I did have him blocked for years, but since me and Joey are cool, I unblocked him. He's not blocked, I promise you. Anyway, so I'm gonna give the Toyman Toy Show. Let's see what else. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It was a lot of fun. I got to hang out with my friend Chris. Got to hang out with my buddy Chicken Wizard. I got to hang out with uh, my buddy Rob. That was the Beetlejuice. So I interviewed Beetlejuice. I got tons of epic content. I got tons of um, merch. So it was pretty damn good. Pretty sweet. Pretty epic. And you know what? I think I'm going to save the Halloween stories for whenever I get back to Florida because I'm getting tired. So I hope everybody enjoyed the live. But I'm telling you, Pixel, you got to check out that in real life um, phone live stream of the Toy Man show because it was epic. It was epic. Anyway, I'm taking off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my friend Pixel Protocol on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Papa Bear, Strong Bear 19 Dave. Follow Mama Bear on YouTube. Follow Fangirl Kate on YouTube. Follow my friend the Sega Camp Gamer and Wear Camp on YouTube. And follow Fears on Fears Man 26, the main channel, and Fears Vlogs is channel number 2. And this is Fears, signing off. Peace, deuces, and I'll see you guys later. Pixel says good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Peace out.